Metal Gear Solid is without a doubt one of the best PlayStation 1 games of all time. It's extremely rare for a game that's nearly 20 years old to age so well, but Metal Gear Solid's tense gameplay combined with a fantastic story make it an absolute joy to play, even for people who never got to experience this game when it was a new release. A lot of players will be turned off instantly by the outdated graphics, or the fact that you need to use a previous generation console to play, but trust me, this game is well worth your time and money. Despite the game having old graphics, the controls are tight and it very rarely feels like you're playing a game from 3 generations ago. You'll spend probably about half of your gameplay time sneaking through heavily guarded areas, looking for items that will help you progress while avoiding detection. When you first start playing the game, it throws you in the deep. There's no tutorial explaining the controls or how the game works. It expects you to learn the ropes yourself. And although this is so daunting at first, once you've learned the basics, it doesn't take long to get the hang of the game. Although I definitely recommend looking up the basics online before you start playing, or at least playing the 10 short training missions from the main menu. One of the only problems I actually had with the game is the fact that it doesn't hold your hand at all. If you don't decide to explore every corner of the map yourself, you're likely to miss out on some items which are really important to progressing through the game safely. Without these items, you'll likely get stuck at some of the more difficult sections. At one point the game told me I needed a particular item, and it took me a very long time to realise that I had to trace my steps back through all the areas I had already cleared in order to get the item. This wasn't too much of a pain though, because the areas I returned to had changed slightly, some with more guards and some with different guard patterns. Another problem that a lot of people will have is the fact that you spend about 50% of your time with the game watching cutscenes or listening to dialogue. It's definitely going to turn a lot of people away. I loved the story though, so this wasn't a problem for me at all. Plus, the characters in this game, both heroes and villains, are some of the best characters in any video game to date. The voice acting is also superb, which is particularly commendable because back in 1998, this was very uncommon in video games. Metal Gear Solid wasn't just a great game, it was groundbreaking in the way it told the story. And in the end, this game is so good that I'll definitely be returning for a second playthrough in the future. The gameplay is slightly dated, but it's nowhere near unplayable. The difficulty is quite challenging, but almost always rewarding, and the story is so engaging that you won't want to put down the controller. You can get the game really cheap digitally on the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation Vita, so I definitely recommend checking it out.